Hi guys, this is Tina. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm here to bring you the finished collage journal that we've been working on in what has turned out to be a kind of series. So the closure that I have done for this is just this kind of thinnish ribbon, which I've kind of got two lengths of the ribbon, and then I've just tied them kind of in the middle to hold both the lengths together. It's got this cute kind of faux stitching detail in there. So that just literally, I just tied it around, and then obviously it can be, you know, untied and completely moved out of the way. The actual cover itself, obviously we kind of saw little bits of the cover, you know, through the series, but I think we didn't decorate it together, and I decorated it kind of in slow time, you know, myself. So it's obviously fabric, and then you've got that beautiful collage fabric, printed fabric on there. On the front and the back, and then I have layered up some other little tiny pieces of fabric just covering the spine, and then you've got some fabric ruffle down here. You've got various different fabrics layered up along the side. You've got some lace, you've got a stamped piece on some fabric and stitched onto some hessian. Got one of my little button embellishments there, another one here. And then some fabric trim here made up of stamped images onto fabric and then just kind of stitched down on the sewing machine. And then you've got a couple of those kind of shabby chic little flowers there. So really pretty kind of cover. Obviously this journal I'm just going to call Folksy because that's what I called the collage sheets. So this is my, you know, my folksy journal, and yeah, I think it's got a kind of folksy appearance to it. So going inside the front pocket that we did, I've just made a little miniature journal, and it's just got various of the printed kind of collage sheets and some of the watercolour sheets which I scanned in and kind of printed off. So you've got kind of more journaling space just there. And then in the back of there, I just popped on a large pocket and just kind of made a journaling card there just by layering up various different elements. It's just kind of on thinnish card, so it's not kind of overly thick, but you know, that just kind of tucks in at the back just for kind of more interest really. And on the front, sorry, it just had some fabric stitched onto some paper and then attached obviously onto the front cover of the little miniature journal. So that goes in there. And then this was obviously the inside of the front cover, which I did, which I did make the mistake of watching the video, and actually I've included another video since then, you know, since watching, and I did apologise for this because I don't often watch my videos, but I had to look through to see what order things went in. And I was horrified at how much deliberating went into doing this. So I apologise now. But that's that finished inside cover, which I think looks really pretty. Then on here, we've got obviously that little pocket that we did there. So you've got obviously kind of the layered up pieces. And I just popped in a postcard there. It's a, you know, photocopy of a postcard, vintage postcard. And then I just included a stamped image there, and one of those little stamped images onto the hessians. That just goes in there. And then at the back, this is a vintage game piece. I can't remember what the game was, but it might have just been a bingo game, I can't remember. And this is one of the little cards, and I just then obviously stuck on some various pieces that would keep the theme of the journal kind of running through. So that just tucks in up there, and then you've got obviously kind of some more of that little trim there. Then on the next page, I did a little pocket in here, put some bright doily and a little fabric ruffle, and then I just popped in a couple of pages from some children's encyclopedia, or one page, sorry, from some children's encyclopedia, with these trains, which I just thought was really quite sweet. And I mean, they're kind of loosely the similar colours to the journal. For instance, this one's got the kind of greens and the blues and things, and I just thought that was kind of fun to include in there, which actually I'm going to fold it that way around, I think, so that we've got those colours kind of poking out. Just thought that was fun. And then you've got some stamped fabric there as well. Let me just get those hot glue threads off, which just get everywhere. And then here you've got some of the scanned in watercolour page. This was the page that we kind of just popped on the little button embellishment. This is the Crafty Cat envelope, and inside there I just made a little tag, again just kind of layering up various different images. It's got a word there saying choice, and it's just kind of plain on the back. So that just tucks in there like that. Then you've got some plain pages just for journaling, just obviously kind of decorated them up with a rosebud and a little bit of ruffle up there. Some vintage book page, some more of that fabric trim just running down here, which it's just got stamped images going down the fabric. Then here, just obviously plain for journaling. This was the reverse of the paper bag. Obviously you could trim that and open it up for kind of, using as a pocket. I've left it kind of closed, but, obviously it would be your choice. Just popped on a little flower for obviously continuing the theme. It's more of that collage paper. Here I just did a kind of pocket down the side and then made a little journaling tag. Again, just collaged up some various pieces and popped on here a stamped image of a bird onto some fabric and some hessian, and I just ran some fabric down the side. So that's that one. Oops. Goes in there. We've just got some fabric ruffle and a little flower. And then going over the page, this was one of the pages we did together, and I've just tucked in one of my vintage lady journaling cards. So she just goes in there like that. Oops, I'm now struggling to put her back where she came from. She might have been sideways on. And then up here we've got just a skinny tag here with stamped image and one of my little rosebuds and another stamped image there. Like how the little tab looks pretty. That's up there. And then we've just got another rosebud here just for kind of a bit more fun. Then we've got the plain pages for journaling, some more vintage book page. We've got this page that we did together, and I did a massive kind of journaling card tag. Well, yeah, it's a tag really, but it's, not got the clipped corners. I quite like the square tags. So again, I just layered some bits and another stamped image onto fabric and a little fabric tab there. So that just tucks in here like that, and then you've got the fabric ruffle. We've got a little rosebud here on the book page. And then here on this page, we've got that paper bag pocket. So if I take the things out, we've got a little button embellishment up the top, and then tucked into the pockets, I've got another one of those bingo card, things, the vintage ones with some layered up pieces on there, and a little bit of ruffle, which I've just stapled along there. So that goes in there. And then tucked at the back, I just took literally, this is just a scrap from my Paris in Bloom kit, but I thought it just went really nicely colour-wise. So I just literally kind of then stuck down a little bit of the collage kind of going down the edge to kind of obviously tie it in. So that tucks in there. And then on here, I've just made a little fold out kind of flip type booklet thing. Again, from some of the collage sheets, and obviously I've just restuck over where I had any stamped kind of images with re-stamped images. And then I've got some doily here, little rosebud, the little kind of flowers, and just some fabric just to kind of give it some interest really. So that just tucks in at the back. Then here we've got that little page turner with the flower. Here we've just got another button embellishment. This is the centre of the signature, and I've just made a an altered paperclip just using one of those fabric embellishments onto the hessian, and that's just clipping on this little fold out. And this is just some scrapbook paper that, again, I just felt colour-wise it just went really nicely with the journal. And I just then layered up a few of the items kind of on the front to do like a kind of semi-collage type thing, and some fabric ruffle down the side, so a bit more kind of space for journaling in there. Just get those pieces off, and then obviously that just clips back onto the top of the page, if I can actually manage to clip it on. I don't think I can reach around the camera, so I shall clip that on in a moment. And then we just put some white ruffle down there and a little bow. So going over the page, I left this one plain for journaling and just left a button embellishment down the side there. And then here you've got that big envelope piece that we did. So, you know, I love how this turned out. And then tucked in the side, if I can actually get to it, I just made a little journaling card just from some scrapbook paper that, again, I just felt colour-wise just went quite nicely. So it's kind of thickish scrapbook paper, but I haven't kind of doubled it up or anything. And then I just layered up some various elements and obviously a couple of the rosebuds and some fabric trim going down the side. So I just thought that was kind of cute to have in the side there. And then did I put something in the envelope or not? Oh, must have missed out putting something in the envelope. So you have got an envelope there, but it's currently empty. And then on this page, we've just got the little paper bag collaged embellishment piece that we did. And again, just got various items, got some of that red trim, some fabric there ruffled, and a journaling card here, which again, I just kind of made this by collaging up some various pieces and then just stapled on some fabric and then a little rosebud there to kind of, again, tie it in. That just goes in there. Vintage book page again with a rosebud and then some more blank sheets for journaling. Little fabric heart here. This was that little fold out pocket which I've done a tutorial for, and we've popped the string this way round instead of, you know, I normally would kind of do it that way round. Obviously we did this, I think, together. So inside there you've just got a couple of journaling cards. So they just go in there like that. And then we've got this one. They just go in there like that. And then obviously I've got the rosebuds and things to have a bit of continuity going on. And again, obviously that just ties back up. And then we've got a little bit of kind of collage at the top just to kind of keep, you know, the continuity going. And then a fabric ruffle and a little flower. And then going over the page, I just paper clipped this on. So here I've just got a paper clip with some fabric and a little rosebud and a piece of the stamped paper. And I just did a little kind of collage on the front of the envelope. And then you've just got an envelope there for kind of popping some bits and pieces in. So I just thought that looked, you know, kind of quite nice on there. And you've got some vintage postage stamp and things on there as well. Here you've got some more of that fabric trim. Here you've got obviously the back of that collage page, and this is that paper bag. I literally just left it quite plain with just a piece there and a little rosebud. Made a little tag here with, again, just various items kind of collaged up. And then it's plain on the back for journaling. I really have tried to keep quite a few pages plain for journaling in here. I do struggle with that, but I have tried. On here I just popped a stamped piece down there. And then you've just got obviously kind of plain coffee dye paper here for journaling. This is the rest of that Crafty Cat envelope which we did. And I just popped in a little kind of fold out there with, again, just piece of the collage paper and then a little rosebud down in the corner. That just goes in there. This just got some various things layered up. I think we did this together on video. I can't remember whether we added the fabric or not, but if we didn't, that's fabric up there. And then this is another one of the collage sheets, and on the back of there I just made a corner tuck spot. Again, I can't remember whether we did this on, you know, video together or not, but it's got various pieces layered up there and some fabric going down the side. And I've just tucked in a vintage book page, how the penny slot machine works. I just thought that was a really nice page. This little girl's really cute, isn't she? So that just kind of goes in there. And I thought the fun theme of this journal kind of went nicely with that book page. And then here we've just got, again, the kind of envelope piece that we did together. And tucked behind there, I just popped in one of my Prima Ballerina journaling cards. I thought that went quite nicely colour-wise. And then I made a little, just again, folding kind of flip, just with a couple of extra pages in there. I just stapled that together and just layered up a couple of elements from, you know, that I've used throughout the journal to kind of tie it in. So that goes up here, just tucks in. And then we've obviously got some fabric ruffle, and then going over the page, let's just be careful of that one. Over the page, we've just got the corner tuck spot up here with obviously some hand stitch ruffle down here. And I just made, again, just with some coffee dyed paper, a little piece, just layered up some collage pieces in the corner. And then the inside of the back cover, I just left kind of collaged up, again, kind of very similar to the front, where I've just collaged up the various items. Some white fabric ruffle going down the side, some fabric here, and one of those stamped fabric on the Hessian pieces up here. So yeah, and obviously I didn't make a back pocket, you know, in the back of the envelope. Obviously, if you wanted to, you could probably cut that down. I haven't, because I like to leave my fabric kind of hanging over. But I guess you could with a craft knife or something if you were careful. But yeah, so it turned out, you know, quite nicely. It feels, you know, nice and squidgy, and yeah, I had fun doing it. I found it a challenge, obviously, kind of doing all the collaging and things, and that was kind of my first attempt at doing the collaging. I have been practicing a bit more kind of off camera, so, and obviously I've, you know, put the collage sheets into my shop and things. So yeah, I want to thank everybody who's bought some of my collage sheets. I really do appreciate your support. And I want to thank all those people who kind of have followed along with what's turned out to be a series, kind of completing this journal. So thank you very much. It's all very much appreciated, and all your kind comments, especially bearing with me when, you know, the videos were just so protracted and awful. So thank you very much. As I say, this journal obviously will be in my shop, and obviously the collage papers that we used, they're also listed in my Etsy as well. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope you all have a great day. Thanks then. Bye.